Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be starting a new reading vlog because I'm finally starting to read a bunch of books. Finally. I have been not in a slump. It's not a slump. It's just a slower reading pace that I've been in. And I feel like I'm slowly getting out of that now, and I'm like, okay, I need to start filming a vlog because I have not filmed a vlog in so long. And I know I don't quite look adequate enough to film a vlog, but like, this is my channel, and on my channel we're a mess, and we're fine with being a mess. So we're gonna just accept it and move on. Also, the window's open and the fan's on, and you can probably hear so much background noise, and I've only just noticed. But if you think I'm getting up off this floor to shut the window, you can think again. The goal of this reading vlog is to finish off books I've started. I have really been in the habit recently of just wanting to start a new book, so just saying, well, okay, start a new book then. So I've been left with quite a few books that I'm in the middle of. And I've also been in a really big graphic novel / comic mood, so I've read a lot of those as well. So I'm going to update you on what we're currently reading, and that's probably what we're going to be reading throughout this vlog. First of all, and today's goal is to finish The City of Glass. This is the third book in the Mortal Instruments series. I am so close, hang on. Yeah, that's it. It's 70 pages. But it's me and I don't like these books. It's very difficult to get through. However, favourite book in the series so far, it is actually so far about a 3-star, which is very good for these books because they've been up 2 generously for the last 2 books. So really happy with this one. Not actually that hard to get through, so I'm just going to finish that off today. I am, how many pages? 200 pages into A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I am, thank you, that is my gift note. Thank you, Claire. Doing this as a buddy read with Jade because I just purchased her a copy, so we're buddy reading it. But I'm oh my god, I thought it was stained. It's just the shadow from the sun. Whew. I'm like a squirrel. No, what is it? I'm like a dog. I'm like squirrel. That's the one. It's not so funny when you mess up the first time. Really enjoying this so far. Didn't read my 100 pages yesterday, so I do have 200 pages to read today, which will leave me with only 100 pages left. So hopefully I'll get through the 200 pages of this today. It's going to be a heavy reading day. I am God knows how far into the Drowning Deep by Myra Grant, aka Shauna Maguire. I have no idea how far in I am because I bought the audiobook on Audible. This is a library copy. And I was reading it and I was just like, I can't listen to this anymore. I didn't know it was sci-fi, I just thought it was horror. It's my own mistake, really. It's completely my own mistake. I can't blame the book, but I'm not enjoying it because I didn't realise how heavy science-based it was. Didn't realise it was science-based at all, but I didn't read much on it because I just heard sirens or mermaids and was very much into the idea. So I'm not actually enjoying this, but I don't want a DNF. Where I've gotten, they're finally seeing the mermaids and there's actually drama happening now. Like, it just started, so I'm like, okay, cool, I need to carry on because I've just got to the good bits. But potential DNF, but hopefully not because I do want to read it, but I'm not enjoying it. It's like a 2-star now, but not because of the writing, purely because I should have read it better. Then we have The Friar of the Orange Tree. Yeah, I started this, a month ago? And I read 102 pages in one day, and then I never read it again. These were the tabs to show me how much I had to read per day to finish it, and I didn't read it. So hopefully this week we will now stick to the tabs and we will read like about 100 pages a day, which, why can't I get to that tab? That's really annoying. Yeah, it's about 100 pages a day. So hopefully if I read this every day a little bit, I will get it done. This is going to be a long-term task. Like, I was watching someone, I can't remember her name, but a vlogger, and she took like 4 months or something to read this, and I'm like, lol, that's going to be me, plus some. But I am enjoying it so far. I say I'm enjoying it, I don't have any thoughts or opinions on it because I don't understand it yet. It's a very big book, so obviously we haven't really got into much. All I know is I've read the glossary about 40 times. So hopefully I'll start to understand things. High fantasy is not usually my thing. I'm not clever enough for that kind of stuff. So as this is a high fantasy, I am expecting to struggle with it, so I'm not surprised. but I'd like to get a little further into it, you know, at least 100 more pages at some point this week. I want to be able to finish all of these so that I can finally start some new books, because my TBR is so exciting at the moment. Like, my TBR shelf just looks incredible. I have some banging books, and I want to put a picture on Twitter and be like, you choose my next read. So I'm like wanting to finish these, at least by, including the Pride the Orange Street, by the end of the month, but we're going to really focus this week and get it done. Wish me luck. Hi guys, super quick update to say I did in fact finish City of Glass. I just sat there and binged out the last 100 pages or whatever it was, and I have finished. The ending was not what I wanted. This was supposed to be the original ending of the Mortal Instruments series before she continued and wrote another 3. So it wrapped up a lot of things, but I didn't like the way it ended. But I haven't really liked these books anyway, so the fact I enjoyed this book at all has been a win in my books. So I'm very, very excited to have finished this. That's really rude. Could you not have an emergency another time? It's like the theme tune of my life. So very, very happy to be done with this. I am now going to go and watch Connor's vlog, because he vlogged the entire experience of reading these books, and I'm obviously way behind, so I have to read them as I read the book, watch them as I read the book. So I'm going to go watch that vlog now. Then I'm going to start on my read of A Curse So Dark and Lonely. So out of 4 books, we're already 1 down. Go me. Can you hear I have a cold? My nose is blocking and blocking more and more as I speak. It is getting a little bit late now. It's about 9:15, I think. And I have just finished A Curse So Dark and Lonely. Meaning I have finished 2 books today. And that is quite the achievement, because I had 300 pages of this to read today. Well, not today. I was not meant to read the whole book. I was meant to wait for Jade, and then I got to page 400 where we were supposed to be, and I messaged her. I was like, Jade, I can't not read the rest. I had to, and so I did. Sorry, Jade. But this was so good. I gave this a 4-star. It could have been a 5, but it just felt like a 4, you know? I have got the sequel, A Heart So Fierce and Broken, and I'm going to be reading that straight away, because that was so good. I'm not going to say too much, but I am going to speak a little bit on my thoughts. And that was that, obviously this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling if you don't know anything about it, and Prince Ren and Harper are supposedly Beast and Belle. But there is like a guard to Prince Ren called Gray, and I'm in love with Gray. And obviously you know who the romantic interests are supposed to be, but I really, really, really ship Harper and Gray. Like, Gray is like my new favourite person in the entire planet. I love him. He carried this story. I mean, carried it is a bit harsh considering the story was great on its own, but I mean, oh my god, this story! I loved it. I'm so happy to finish 2 books today, and one of them be as amazing as this was, and the other one was not as disappointing as I thought it was going to be, which is fabulous news. I'm no longer reading for this evening. I read essentially a almost 400 pages I've read today, so I've essentially read a very large book. That's not very large, it's a standard size book. Just let me get away with it for today. And then tomorrow I think I'm gonna focus on Into the Drowning Deep. I would really like to do that. That would be good. I'm going on a hike in the morning up a mountain. Don't know if anyone knows about Wales, but Pen y Fan Mountain. Going up there tomorrow, so hopefully I will choose not to listen to music and instead listen to my audiobook of Into the Drowning Deep. As I had a look and I'm about a third, maybe not quite that far in yet. But I'm just so happy. This reading vlog's gone so well so far. So it is in fact the same night again. That is someone's car lights on me. Oh, they're going to park right next to me. And oh, they're not going to park, they're just going to drive past. They did look at me. I'm so not a filmer in public, even at 9:15 at night. After saying I wasn't going to read anymore tonight, I lied to you. And I instantly put on the Into the Drowning Deep audiobook, just because it had been a while since I listened to it or read the book. So I was like, I want to have a little gallivant into it. Why didn't I turn this? We'll just keep that off. I was like, I'll just have a little gallivander into it, remind myself where we are. And I've just sat listening to it for half an hour on like 3 times speed, so I've listened to an hour and a half of the story. I'm gonna DNF it. No shade to that book whatsoever. It's really well written. It's really enticing, just not to me. I should have read that it was sci-fi. I just thought it was horror. I didn't quite realise how sci-fi it would be and how ship-based it would be. There's only been one scene that I was enticed by, and it was when they were under the water, and that was it. That it ended, and I was like, oh. And I can't keep waiting for little snippets of something I'd like. I don't feel bad about it because it's a library copy. I have got the audiobook off Audible, but I'm going to return it because I've listened to just about a third, I think it is now. And so I'm going to return that. I just don't think it's a book for me. But I don't feel bad about it. At least it was a library copy and not a copy of my own TBR. That makes me feel better. And it gives me more time to work on Prairie of the Orange Tree. Hi guys, quick check-in update. As I said, we did climb Penavan this morning, and as you can see, I got sunburnt. I'm shattered. I have no desire to do anything but sleep. But it is way too early to sleep, so I'm going to tuck into some reading. I did update you on DNFing Into the Drowning Deep. The only options I have now... I can't speak. We're going to have to sit down. The only options I have left are Ghosted in LA, which I'm in the mood for, but I want to read a physical book, not off a screen right now. And Prairie of the Orange Tree, which is just too deep for what I want right now. Not deep, because I don't mind deep. It's too heavy? Too, much to think about. I don't want to sit there and try and work out East and the West, work out who people are. I'm just not in the mood for it right now. But I did receive my reader's first book this morning, and it is How It All Blew Up by Arvin Ahmadi, and we need to read this by the 22nd because that's its release date, and I would like to get it out before then or get it read and reviewed. So I think I'm going to sit down and read some of this. It is really short, so I might finish it. Probably going to end up falling asleep before that, but I know this isn't one I already had started and ready to go, but it is one I'm going to read, so I hope that that's alright with you guys. As I told you last night, I did start How It All Blew Up, and I'm exactly 100 pages in. No, it might be more now. Yeah, I'm 126 pages in now. I'm enjoying it. It's okay. It's coming across very cringy at certain times, and I don't like the aspects in the interrogation room. I thought I was going to love those, but because they don't want to put what the interrogator, I suppose, is saying, the officer, they're using the characters to re-say what they're saying. It's like one person's like, oh, you want me to give you my purse? Oh yeah, sure, of course. And I'm like, I hate when they use that way of talking, like making the protagonist say what they've asked. And at some points, that was just a very minor example, but at some points it gets too far and it goes too much. I'm like, really? Do we really have to say it like that? It would be better if they just put a script or something, I think, instead of trying to dialogue it like that. So I really didn't enjoy that, but I am halfway now. Well, 10 pages off halfway. So I'm like hoping it gets better. The actual storyline is fine. I'm quite enjoying the whole Rome aspect of things, because obviously he runs away to Rome, and I think that's really fascinating. I'm having some issues with the representation. The gay representation is good, but I don't know, like at one point it refers to drag queens as clowns, and it's not like that. They're watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and he's like, isn't that just like a bunch of clowns or something? Or isn't drag clowns? I understand that he gets educated and he is told that's wrong. It just felt wrong. It just didn't feel like the right comparison to make. But obviously I am not a drag queen. I'm not a No Voices review on that, so I don't have too much to be able to say. But I don't like that, and I'll be interested to see if there is No Voices review on that aspect, and if anyone brings it up as to whether my worries are correct or if I'm just thinking too much into that. So I'm intrigued to see what other people think. Hopefully it'll get better. I now have to film some videos. That's actually why I don't look as horrific as I usually do. So I'm going to sit down and film some videos now, and then I can get back to reading. Updated you yesterday early afternoon. A lot has happened since then. I have read quite a bit. So I finished How It All Blew Up, and I gave this a 2.5 stars. I did a really in detailed review, so you can only see that light. So I will put like my Goodreads link as always in the description if you want to check that out to get a more in detailed review. But basically it just didn't feel as informative as I think it could have. I think at times it was boring and I suffered from secondhand embarrassment. It just didn't do what I wanted it to do. I'm disappointed. I think there are books that cover the religion aspect in a lot more detail. This was advertised about a Muslim boy, a Muslim Iranian gay boy, and then it didn't deliver that in the same aspect. Like, it wasn't very much focused on, which I would have liked, because that was kind of the focal point of this book for me. I was excited to see that representation and learn some more, and I don't feel very much more educated on that matter. And I think the bits of the books that I should have enjoyed, I didn't really enjoy. But as I said, there is a review with a lot of thoughts and opinions on there, including the nipple story opinion. Then I kind of got in like a serious reading mood. So I know I was supposed to read Prairie of the Orange Tree this week, which I will be, but Kira Can Read, me and her have decided to buddy read it now, so she's going to read the 102 pages I've already read to catch up, and then we're going to read 100 pages a day. So I was like, well, how am I going to fill my time? So I actually read Be Not Far From Me by Mindy McGuinness. I read this all in one sitting. I have been so excited for this. It was one of my most anticipated releases of the year, and then it was way too expensive because it was like 15 quid for a 200-page book, and I was like, nah. Then I found it second hand, so I bought it. This was so disappointing. I gave this a 2-star. But all I'll say is it was unrealistic. She was giving herself a lot of credit for being better in the situation than most people would have been. and yet she did things that, I'm not being funny, anybody with half a brain cell would have known not to do. So I was not impressed. I keep hitting myself, I'm so tired. It's very late, it's like midnight. I'm not impressed with this book. It was a real letdown, real disappointment. I would not recommend, which is very, very sad. I think this could have done with being adult, not young adult, because it would have benefited a lot more. It was kind of gory, but not as much as I expected, because I was told it was gory. It just didn't do it for me, so disappointing. Then I read 99 pages of The Diviners by Libba Bray. Me and Jade are reading this as a buddy read, and we're going to do about 100 pages a day. I should not have put that on my face. This is a library copy. I do not want that on my face. But I read 99 pages because that was how much was meant to be read today. So far I'm just kind of confused, but in like a good way. Like, I'm confused, but I'm loving my time. I'm having a great time. It's an experience. It's a little confusing in terms of, like, there's been a couple of POVs, but they haven't said who these people are. They've just, like, given you a random POV. But, like, I'm fine with it. I don't mind. I'll do what I gotta do. So I'm kind of enjoying this right now. I got the audiobook off Audible to listen to as well, because I was just kind of needing it, and it's really good so far. So I'm going to now that I finished these two, I've now picked up my headphones with that. Great job. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna be carrying on with this one. I'm going to be carrying on with Priory of the Orange Tree as soon as Kira has caught up. So there is plans for that now. I'm finally going to actually be reading it. And I'm probably going to read a little bit more of Ghosted in LA tomorrow. I could have read it today, but I just wanted to focus on reading some more books because my TBR for next month is planned, and a lot of the books on that TBR aren't books that I want. I have books I have to read, so I can't read them next month, so I have to read them this month. Did that make any sense? I've lost it. I'm also not even looking at you. I'm looking at myself, thinking, what a mess. Look at you. This whole situation is too much. Remind me not to film in the night again. I just didn't want to leave it too long because me and vlogging don't match, and I end up taking forever to update anyone. And rambling, apparently. But there's today's update. I will let you know tomorrow if I do any more reading. Hi guys, so a quick and final update, I think, on this reading vlog. I think I told you last night that I'm buddy reading a Priory of the Orange Tree with Kira now, so I'm going to be finishing that, but I don't want to keep this vlog on for like another week and a bit, which is how long it'll probably take for us to finish that. Fuck. But I do want to update you. I got to page 207 on The Diviners. I've started The Existence of Amy by Lana Grace Riva. I'm on currently page 36, so not very far, but I'm going to settle down and read some more of that. But I just wanted to update you on this reading week. So we read a lot. We finished all the books we were set out to do except for Ghosted in LA. But like, it's a graphic novel and I'm just like taking it slow. But we did finish everything and Priory of the Orange Tree because I'm going to buddy read that now. But we got through City of Glass. You guys have just watched it. You already know. I've already forgotten. It was a really, really good reading week, and I'm so glad that I managed to get through as many books as I did. Finish off all those books because we are coming up to the end of September and I want to start August fresh. So I've got a couple of more books. No, what? I've got some more time to read some more books, this being one of them, and maybe finish up The Diviners and Priory, and then I'm going to start October nice and fresh. But I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that this vlog was somewhat entertaining. I don't know when it'll be up, but if you'd like another vlog soon, let me know. I haven't done one in ages. I don't know if they're entertaining. I don't know if people like my vlogs. I'm not sure. But yeah, I am going to go read now. I hope you guys have a great reading week or weekend or month, whatever. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.